Happening now, an update on a fatal ATV crash that happened on Christmas Day here in Chautauqua County. Plus, the latest efforts in New York to crack down on fake COVID-19 vaccination cards.
Well, it might officially be after Christmas, but Mother Nature is a little confused. We've got a little bit of snow, some wintry mix going on today, but then, maybe some winter ahead. We'll talk about it in detail next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
The woman who died following an ATV crash in Chautauqua County on Christmas Day has now been identified. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. As we start with a breaking news update, I'm Justin Gould. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office in Panama and Asheville Fire Departments responded to an address on Washington Street in the town of Harmony for a report of an ATV into a creek with injuries and one person missing in the water there at about 11:45 on Saturday. Following an investigation into that incident, deputies say the ATV driver failed to spot a creek and then crashed into it and subsequently flipped that vehicle over. The driver was able to exit the water and make it to the creek's bank. However, his passenger, later identified as 58-year-old Donna Phelps of Dothan, Alabama, did not. Following a search by emergency personnel, Phelps was located. First responders attempted to resuscitate her before she was transported to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital, where deputies tell us she was later pronounced deceased. And a Gary man is blamed for a Christmas Eve crash that sent 3 people to the hospital in the town of Ellicott. The collision happened at about 10:30 on Route 60 near the Jamestown exit of Interstate 86. New York State Police tell our newsroom 32-year-old Kevin Watson was driving south when he crossed into the middle turning lane and struck another vehicle head-on. Watson reportedly told troopers he was adjusting boxes inside of his vehicle before the crash and was not paying attention to the roadway. Police say Watson was taken to UPMC Hammond Hospital via medical helicopter, while 2 44-year-olds inside of the vehicle struck were taken to Hammond via ambulance. An investigation into that continues. However, police suspect Watson was driving under the influence of drugs. Investigators say he has a history of a previous drug arrest. Troopers have since secured a blood sample and are awaiting test results. Watson could face charges pending their investigation. Fake COVID-19 vaccination cards are now illegal here in the Empire State. Last week, Governor Kathy Hochul signed the new legislation making fake COVID-19 vaccination cards a misdemeanor crime. It additionally creates a new felony crime of computer tampering. The new law helps schools get better access to state immunization databases as well. The legislation also directs the state's Department of Financial Services to study how the pandemic has affected underserved areas and loan accessibility for small businesses, including minority and women-owned businesses. This comes as more cities are tightening their rules requiring proof of vaccinations in the face of the Omicron surge. Just this morning, Governor Kathy Hochul spoke to the rising concerns during the holiday.
If you want to be attending your parties, please make sure that people are vaccinated and boosted. You wear your mask. Possibly stay outdoors. It's a little chilly, especially upstate New York, but it'll be worth it when you have a chance to be together with your loved ones and friends this time again next year.
The governor says the state will expand testing services at the request of counties too. Additionally, new testing at schools will take place in order to keep kids in the classroom when they return from winter break. The FDA has authorized a second pill to treat COVID-19, and while health experts are calling it a game changer amid the Omicron news and rising cases, the news has left many with questions about those two treatments. Our Bronson Rasmussen is hearing from experts who are weighing in on some of the biggest questions about the latest tools to fight coronavirus.
As Omicron surges, 2 new tools to beat coronavirus. The FDA has authorized Merck's antiviral pill just 1 day after giving Pfizer's antiviral pill the green light as well.
It's going to transform the way that we can treat COVID-19 and help to avert those dreaded hospitalizations, ICU stays, and death.
Both pills can be taken at home. Pfizer's treatment, called Paxlovid, must be prescribed by a doctor and is a 3-tablet dose taken twice a day for 5 days. Pfizer says its data showed the pill cut hospitalization risk and death by 88% if given to high-risk adults within 5 days of their first symptoms.
This is a very, very, very potent agent, and you're not going to need to go to a hospital to get an infusion like monoclonal antibodies.
To be eligible for Pfizer's treatment, you must be considered high risk, must be 12 years or older, weigh at least 88 pounds, and have tested positive for the virus. Merck's antiviral pill, called Molnupiravir, treats high-risk adults and must be taken within 5 days of a positive COVID-19 test, just like the Pfizer pill. Health experts say the pills are not a substitute for vaccines, but the treatments are a potential game changer as the Omicron variant complicates the COVID crisis.
This is one of the few pieces of bright news this week. Preliminary testing does suggest that it still works against the Omicron variant, which is terrific news.
Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
Bronson, thank you. It's still unclear whether the treatments will be free or how quick the rollout will be. But we do know that Merck has an agreement with the U.S. government to supply 3.1 million treatment courses. And the White House has purchased 10 million courses of Pfizer's treatment, with the first 250,000 expected to be rolled out in January. Well, now to weather now, where freezing rain transitioning to snow and sleet made travel tricky for those in Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties today. Here's a live look at the Wheaton Park camera near Randolph, where some of the mixed precip came down this morning. This is expected to continue into the afternoon, and as a result, officials say plan for slippery road conditions during the morning and evening commute. Joining us live now, of course, is Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's tracking it all. And I know that a lot of folks out there did have a pretty tricky time coming on in to work, or maybe if they're out there spending their Christmas splendors out there, Dakota.
Yes, I mean, you know, it was a little bit of a slippery go this morning. Of course, it was a little bit slippery when I left my house this morning. And yeah, we still have this winter weather advisory in place for basically all of the southern tier. Does not include Erie or Warren counties in Pennsylvania, because mainly what's happening here is we have a mix of rain and snow, and then ultimately some freezing rain that goes until 6 o'clock today, the winter weather advisory. So the radar in a time lapse shows you why that advisory was issued. You can kind of see the snow, then some rain showers moving on in, and then where you see these pink areas showing up here at the end of the loop, that's where you're starting to see some of that mixed precipitation. That could be some rain and snow, maybe some sleet, and maybe some freezing rain as well. So again, in terms of the impacts here, ice accretion is going to be less than 1/10 of an inch. So it's going to be, yeah, it could slicken up the roadways, but it's not going to be a huge cause for concern here. But again, the main issue here is maybe some slick travel as you go out this afternoon. So watch for that. 35 was the high yesterday. Started the day at 27, 60 and 12 below are the records for today. So wintry mix, freezing sleet, and maybe some freezing rain at times through the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to overcast intervals. 33 to 41 is the high temperatures today, with a southeast wind 7 to 18. But winter may get going here as we go into the new year. We'll talk about it in detail along with that Ultimate Satellite Solution 7-day forecast later on in the show. Justin.
All right. Yes, sir. We will see you back here in about 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you, Dakota. Well, lawmakers in Jamestown will be voting on a new contract with the firefighting union tonight. The contract, which was announced late last week by Mayor Eddie Sundquist's administration and the Jamestown Professional Firefighters Association, will run through 2024. The new agreement provides for the hiring of 4 additional firefighters, along with the deployment of a second ambulance, a resource officials say is sorely needed in the light of this ongoing pandemic. Wages for firefighters will also increase at 2.5% each year during the contract term. Well, 3 local nonprofits are receiving funding to help break the cycle of homelessness in Chautauqua County. Chautauqua Opportunities, Southern Tier Environments for Living, and the YWCA of Jamestown will receive a portion of a $40 million state grant. The funds aim to build out over 17,500 adult beds, 2,500 family units, and over 350 young adult beds in various developments across New York. Overall, the program's main goal is to provide stable housing in an effort to end housing insecurity. Well, coming up, hear what started a Christmas Day road rage incident here in Jamestown that led to the alleged assault of a woman. And later, if you're traveling back home today, you might need to give yourself a bit more time. The latest on where holiday travel stands. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Merry Christmas to everybody.
God bless everybody.
Have a happy holiday.
I want to wish you the best of everything. I'll be seeing you soon, I hope. Bye.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Hi, I'm Al Steffens, owner of Chautauqua Comics. For the last 28 years, we have been your premier retailer of comic books. But we have so much more.
Located at 214 Fairmount Avenue in Jamestown, the shelves are stocked with everything from superhero to classic G.I. Joe and Star Wars. Looking for Pokemon? Chautauqua Comics has it all.
If you have any questions, stop in today or give us a call. Chautauqua Comics, Al speaking.
Welcome to Honest John's Pizzeria, where you are the most important customer.
Everything from freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has it all.
And don't forget the ice cream!
Order online today or check out our 2 great locations with buffets ready for every appetite.
Don't I have the best job in the world?
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
A woman is facing charges after allegedly attacking a driver during a road rage incident in Jamestown on Christmas Day. City of Jamestown police allege 34-year-old Cherish Woods grabbed a woman through her car window and then struck her multiple times in the face while she was riding at a stoplight in the area of Windsor and Harrison Streets just before noon. Additionally, the alleged attack happened in front of her 6-year-old and 2-year-old. The altercation stems from a road rage incident where Woods felt the victim stopped too long at that red light, which had just turned green. The Buffalo native was arrested and charged with second-degree harassment and 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. Well, in sports, with their season on the brink and several key players unavailable, the Buffalo Bills trudged into yesterday's pivotal matchup against the New England Patriots, needing someone to step up. And they wound up having too many to count. Josh Allen threw for 3 touchdowns, Isaiah McKenzie had a career-high 11 catches, and Micah Hyde made 2 interceptions, and the Bills hung on to beat the Patriots 33-21 to vault themselves back into the first place of the AFC East title race. Buffalo, who is now 9-6, holds tiebreakers over New England and Miami, and is in the driver's seat to win its 2nd straight division title. The Bills are the first team to win at New England in a consecutive season since the Colts in 2005 and 2006. The loss was the Patriots' second straight following their 7th game winning streak. The Bills will host Atlanta this Sunday and then the New York Jets in the final week of the regular season. Well, the Rochester Fire Department is investigating a fire at a historic church. The church was Jefferson Avenue Seventh-day Adventist Church, and it was left in ashes after the Christmas Day fire. According to officials, it was a 4-alarm fire. The fire department had 9 engine companies, 5 truck, and 1 rescue and multiple other support units respond. There were no injuries reported, though. There were also no determination as to the cause of the fire, but officials are continuing to investigate. Well, Santa Claus didn't have any travel-related problems this past weekend, but that's not the case for millions of others around the world as thousands of flights remained on land during the holiday. John Lawrence has a look at where we are now.
Make sure that your cell phone is charged so that you are getting those airline alerts in case anything changes. I'd recommend you bring snacks just in case lines are long and you're getting hungry.
More than 5,000 flights were scrapped worldwide this Christmas weekend.
Arrived here at the airport about 8:30 this morning for a 10 o'clock flight. And while standing in the long line for TSA, got a message that my flight was canceled.
Nearly 2,000 of those grounded flights were in the U.S., according to the FlightAware tracking website.
I think everyone's going to end up sleeping who wasn't able to get a rental car. They're all sleeping at the airport tonight.
Some of the cancellations were caused by the threat of rough weather, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Also causing travel headaches, airline crew and staff calling out sick due to the Omicron surge.
The plan was to be there for Christmas Eve with the folks and dinner and all those kind of things. It happens though. It's not something that's in everyone's control.
Despite the setbacks and delays, some people were able to make it to their destination.
For me to be able to be here to share that with them, it's the best Christmas gift that I could get to.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Certainly is, John. Thank you. Nearly 2.2 million people were screened nationally on Thursday alone. That according to the TSA. Well, shoppers apparently turned out in droves to grab up those holiday deals. MasterCard released a new report today showing U.S. retail sales rose 8.5% year over year between November 1st and Christmas Eve. The credit card company pointed to clothing sales to help drive this surge. MasterCard also found shoppers were out early and many turned to brick and mortar stores this year, in part due to the fears of shopping online and shipping delays. According to the report, in-store sales during the holiday period jumped more than 8% compared to last year. Still, online shopping saw significant growth, accounting for nearly 21% of the total sales over this holiday. Certainly a lot of people out there getting those gifts while they can. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We thank you for joining us here for WNY News Now, of course on Facebook Live and Channel 716 on Roku. If you haven't added us to your lineup over the holiday, maybe you got a new television, now's the time to do it. Just search Channel 716 and be sure to drop that into your lineup. Of course, it is free. I think that's an important aspect of everybody. It is great to see Lisa, good to see Pam, Bruce, Cindy, and Amanda as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day out there. Thank you so much for tuning in here to WNY News Now. Of course, a lot of people had those holidays, get-togethers, and were out there opening the gifts. I know for me, Dakota, I was blessed to be able to gather with family over this holiday. No big travel hiccups other than the 15 minutes down the road that I had to drive. But I think that's one of the nice things about maybe Western New York is that you do, in many cases, have family nearby. I know you do. But there still are people who are caught out there. I know my sister had to drive several hours to get here, but she did. She did it safely. And luckily, Mother Nature was pretty cooperative over the pre-Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the weather through the weekend, even though we did not have a white Christmas, you know, the weather actually played pretty well for much of the holiday weekend, and so much so, some of the ski resorts have officially opened. Let's go straight into that, and we'll show you the current snow depth and snow totals, or the ski report is what I'm trying to say here. I don't ski or snowboard, folks. Okay, so but anyway, Peak & Peak is officially open. Holiday Valley and Hollymont, Cockaigne, and Mount Pleasant down there in PA have not yet announced opening dates. But again, you know, Mother Nature has not really cooperated so well with the ski resorts so far this winter, and a lot of this is man-made snow, obviously. So we'll have to wait and see if we can get some snow in here for the ski resorts, obviously, through the winter. We're at freezing even right now as a noon hour with a south wind of 12. It's still going to be a little bit breezy through the day today, and the wind chill down to 23. So again, typical winter day. You know how to dress, coats and stuff like that, but it's not going to be too cold though. That's the good news. So we still have this winter weather advisory, just to recap, that is in place for all of the southern tier. Does not include Warren or Erie County in PA, but it includes everybody else until 6 o'clock tonight. And the radar right now, actually, you know, a lot of the precipitation has now started to move on out of the region, but we are going to see a few more rain showers through the afternoon hours. So, but there still could be a few slick spots through the afternoon. That's really the reason why that winter weather advisory was issued, and you can kind of see why here. We have upwind to our source region up in the upper Great Lakes. And again, just to recap for you, the impacts, it's really just going to be slick travel through the afternoon. So watch out for that. Any untreated surfaces could easily become slick with any of that freezing sleet or freezing rain. So future scan shows that to you. Changing over to rain showers through the afternoon hours and through the evening. A few more rain showers will likely taper off after midnight tonight, then turning partly to mostly cloudy for the day tomorrow. But watch what comes up as we go into Wednesday. We'll start to see another storm system arriving, rain, possibly to snow, then back over to some rain showers by the end of the day by the time we go into Wednesday. So the zone forecast will start west, young man. The lakeshore areas today likely lower 50s or lower 40s, excuse me, across the lakeshore area. We're getting too excited, aren't we? Lower 50s. But watch for those slick spots through the afternoon. The inland areas cooler here, likely 30s will do it here for the day with mixed rain and snow showers through the day. Now the next 7 days are coming up on the screen, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So a few showers on Tuesday, but that'll arrive late in the day. Again, you know, Wednesday we'll have to watch, but it's looking mainly dry for now. Thursday, isolated rain or snow shower, mostly cloudy Friday. The weekend looking interesting. Could be a storm system arriving early next week. That's TBA, but we'll keep you updated on that. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and practice an escape plan for you and your loved ones, because fire is everyone's fight.
This message was brought to you by the Jamestown Fire Department and the Chautauqua Safety Village.
Remember when you were a kid, huddled around the television waiting for your school to close? Well, we don't get snow days. When winter weather hits, count on the First Defense Weather Team for a look into the future where the snow is headed next. Live radar showing you the scope of the storm, and real-time reports from the field. So when it matters most, stay with First Defense Weather.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.
I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Jesus was the greatest gift that God could have sent us.
I send you much love.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
Welcome back. Well, the holiday season, it's in full swing, and that means temptations are pretty much everywhere in the form of good food and good drinks, making it easy to pack on the pounds this winter. Jen Sullivan breaking down 5 things that we should be doing to avoid dreaded weight gain.
Sugary treats, boozy drinks, and all those calorie-dense dishes. Holiday meals make it easy to pack on extra pounds this time of year.
To avoid the vicious cycle of weight gain during the holidays, I encourage you to focus on things that you can add in to your diet and to your lifestyle rather than things that you need to take out.
Health and fitness expert Stephanie Mansour says these 5 tips can help you stay trim without missing out on the festive fun. Number 1, power up with protein. That way you won't be starving at the dinner table and will be less likely to reach for sugary and carb-loaded items.
Even a little bit of Greek yogurt or a couple hard-boiled eggs, a protein shake, anything that you can have with protein to power up before you sit down for your holiday meal is going to help you avoid overeating.
Number 2, stay hydrated. She recommends drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water. That way you don't confuse thirst for hunger. Number 3, unwind with hot tea.
When something's warm to sip on, you really have to slow things down and enjoy them and be conscious of what you're consuming rather than throwing back one last cocktail.
Number 4, manage the alcohol. Have 1 glass of water before and after every drink. And finally, don't deprive yourself. Don't avoid sugary treats completely. Instead, eat them in moderation.
Always have at least 1 or 2 tastes of your favorites and then move on.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Jen Sullivan.
All righty, Jen. Thank you very much. Good to know. I had trouble with number 4, Dakota. I don't know about you.
Well, you see, I don't know. Maybe I just think of it differently, but it's like I think for the holidays, it's okay to kind of, for a lack of a better term, act like a pig.
Yeah. Well, see,
because I can't think of another word.
The problem is, do you guys ever graze at your house? I don't know if you know this term, but seriously, it's like when you put the food out. This was my problem on Christmas, and my girlfriend's grandmother, GP as we call her. One of the big things is we're both grazers, and we love to chat and we love the food. So we get there early, and guess what we do? We sit down in front of the chips and the salsa and the dips and all that kind of stuff, and we eat and we talk. And then the issue is you look at your plate and you're like, it's gone, and you're right there, so you fill it back up again. And it's tough. It's so tough to be good. And the alcohol point too, that's interesting. I tried a little bit. Like for me, I know, okay, not driving, not going anywhere, enjoying a beverage. But say you have a mixed drink or something like that, having water is important, at least for me, because I'll get these horrible headaches. But if I, enjoy the drink and then I drink some water afterwards, at least it does help a little bit. And I think, like she mentioned in the report, staying hydrated, because a lot of times when you get dehydrated, you want to go right in. But did your family, what'd you guys have that was good this Thanksgiving food-wise?
Well, since my brother...
Christmas, excuse me.
Well, since my brother came over, we ended up cooking 2 hams just to make sure we had enough. Yeah. But in the end,
you had way too much.
Needed the one.
See, that's what happened.
We still have a whole ham left over.
Christmas Eve, we did Honest John's pizza, which was really good. And then we had, my grandfather brought these delicious, delicious Italian cookies. Straight from Italy, honestly. Very good. And then Christmas Day, we did ham, roast beef sandwiches, meatballs, cheesy potatoes, the list goes on. So we are in leftover heaven right now, which for those who are trying to lose weight, it might be hell. I don't know.
Well, You can see I haven't missed very many.
All right. Let us know
holiday
what you
dinners.
guys are eating and snacking on today here in the comments. Thanks so much for joining us for WNY News Now. Hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas holiday with friends and family out there. And one of the things we were talking about, it's almost like we're in this trifecta now. You have Christmas, New Year's, and then Super Bowl parties will be here before you know it?
Yeah, because the Super Bowl is what?
February?
Like the first week of February? Yeah. So it's like, we have Christmas, then we have New Year's a week afterwards, and then just 3 or 4 weeks after that, we've got the Super Bowl parties coming up. Yeah. So
we'll be hanging out, cheering on those Buffalo Bills.
No.
Dakota and I could argue about this all day, but we don't have enough time for that. That's it for us today. Hopefully you all have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here tomorrow live at noon and, of course, on demand 24/7 on Channel 716.